All right, today we are checking out a Series 4 BotBot. This is Googly Spy PI from the Wilderness Troop in Series 4, which was a new team added in Series 4. There's a bunch of camping-themed guys, and Googly Spy PI here turns into a pair of binoculars. I like his name. Googly Spy PI is kind of a tongue twister, but he's a private investigator, which I guess makes sense for a pair of binoculars. Not necessarily doesn't make a tremendous amount of sense for a pair of binoculars that are being used out in the wilderness, but yeah, whatever. He's still pretty cool. Binoculars mode is pretty good. It's got some good detail here. It's kind of like a higher tech pair of binoculars that have, the zoom and focusing, stuff like that. If you look at it from the front, it's a little weird because, this ends up being his eye in robot mode, and they've decided to give him kind of like a half winking, or not really winking, but his eyelid kind of up. You'll see in robot mode, but so it looks a little weird in binoculars mode, but like it still gets the point across. Like it doesn't bother me too much. It just kind of gives it a little bit of character. But yeah, pretty good binoculars mode. To transform this guy, he's actually got a good amount going on. You take this little knob right here and kind of pull it out, and that'll be one of his arms. I'm like maybe slightly worried that if this was a little bit tighter, that pulling this out over and over again might like stress this little tiny bit out because it's very thin and break it, and then it would be really hard to get the arm out, but that does not seem to be a problem yet. And then take this one side of the binocular or the lens, the full side, and pull it up and then kind of extend it down and then rotate it down, and that is his other arm. It just doesn't make a fantastic arm, but it still works. And then take the other one and then slide it to the middle and then rotate it up, and then you've got these little sections here which you kind of have to get a fingernail under and pry them out and then rotate them up, and those will be little antenna for him. Those bits are like a little bit tight, but it's not too hard to do. And then the the eye sockets or whatever you'd call those on the binoculars, it becomes legs. And there you have Googly Spy PI in his robot mode. And I like this guy. I like him a lot. Oh yeah, I guess this does kind of it makes him have like an angry face. I was kind of envisioning it being like this way, but I guess I was just remembering that from the from the alt mode. But yeah, so he's a man with a plan. He's ready to go investigate some murder mysteries out in the woods. Yeah, he's pretty cute. I'd say the one thing that I'm not totally thrilled about with this robot mode is the big lens here as one of his arms, but I can forgive it. I think that it still works pretty well overall, and I like that these become his legs. And you'd expect it to be kind of like hard to get him to stand with those, and it's it is a little bit of a balancing act, but since they don't have any sort of like articulation, like if you get them on that flat surface, then he does stand pretty well. Articulation wise, this arm here, it is on a ball joint in there, but like it's kind of tight, so if you try to rotate it, it kind of just like rotates off the hinge. So I generally don't try to do that too much, but that is technically there. You can technically rotate it forward. Then this arm you can rotate. Then the head can rotate left and right. It can even look up a little bit due to transformation, and then you can do whatever you want with these antenna if you want them to be a little bit more like emotive. If you want to, like his angry face has got him kind of back, or like, oh, maybe he's a little bit sad, and that kind of recontextualizes how the eye looks too. And so yeah, he's pretty expressive, and I like that about him. I like that about him. And then the legs obviously have no articulation, but yeah, he's pretty good detailed. I like him in both modes. I'd say robot mode for me probably gets a 4 out of 5. Like he's pretty good. I do like him a lot. This section here is like, not tremendous as an arm, but I still am overall positive on him. I think that he's pretty good overall. And then alt mode, I'm going to give the full 5 out of 5. I think it's a pretty good binoculars mode. There's like, a little bit where like this section feels a little bit loose, so it's got some I guess tactility problems, but it's not like too bad. Overall, it's a pretty good mode, and I like it a lot. And then transformation is normal, average, so or 3 out of 5 rather, which is going to give Googly Spy PI an ultimate score of 12 out of 15, which makes him a 4-star BotBot. So yeah, definitely pretty good. I like this guy a lot. He's He's got some fun emotive qualities in, I'd say both of his modes actually, just because of the, if you want it to be an angry binoculars, you could have it that way, or you could have it be a, kind of curious binoculars this way. Although I guess if you rotate it this way, it kind of goes off center a little bit. But either way, pretty cool. There we have Googly Spy PI from Series 4.